Good morning, everybody. Beautiful morning. Hazy. A lonely flower here. More than one, a lonely plant. And lonely people. There's another one over there. Not too lonely. Two lonely people, sad people, walking along west of Jerusalem. And a stranger shows up. They're crippled with sadness. And there's actually another cripple in the first reading. A person that's so maimed in personal development, can't move for years, begging, encounters with some people that have some compassion, encounters with people that dislike and judge him. A fixture in our world. And things should change. And in marvelous encounters we see in both those scenes as they walk along, they find another person strolling along. It was more like a sunset stroll and chat, not a sunrise stroll and chat. Strolling along. What are you talking about? You're so sad. That first little verbal exchange, because there's already a physical exchange in the sense that we share the same pathway, we share the same road, we seem to be heading in a similar direction. Maybe with different purpose and different mood and different spirit, different realities. Who's going along beside us in the freeway? Who's walking along beside us in the alley of the supermarket? Who's walking beside us in the stairway in an apartment building? And there's a lot of anonymity, a lot of not involved with the other. We have an echo here of Genesis. Am I my brother's keeper? Is there some word called Lonely Planet? But I think it's a positive thing because I'm not sure. It's like about how special our planet is. But how many people are walking alongside us and the sun has gone behind the clouds for them? There's no great orientation about life. There's sadness. Maybe it's bereavement. Maybe it's expectations that have been ruined. Wow, that bird just got breakfast. I missed the rest of the story. The readiness to encounter each other. And to listen to the other's story. To invite the other to tell their story. To have time to listen. Time to empathize, a heart to empathize. That bird is doing what we would do, like push-ups, you know, working those wings. And then with all goodness and gentleness to be able to intervene when the story is being told. The people have felt listened to, they have felt sympathy, empathy. You know, the word sympathy is the same word as condolences. Etymologically, sim is with, and pathein is the same word we have also from patient. From patience, it's suffering. To suffer with, sympathy. And dolere is to have sorrow, to be sad. And condolere is to be sad with somebody, to enter their sadness, to accompany them there. My condolences, I enter into your bereavement sorrow. They're very important words. And that's part of the Easter gift, that somebody enters our sorrow, enters our moment of sadness, of loss. Of dejection over the way politics goes, the way the world goes. And to be able to bring a word of hope, to be able to read life, to be able to read life through the eyes of Scripture. Afterwards they would comment, weren't our ears burning as he explained the Scriptures to us? They knew them very well, but they hadn't connected the dots. They knew the stories, millennial stories of their people, but they weren't able to connect the dots. That's an extraordinary help. The beautiful help of teachers, of first of all parents and grandparents helping little children to connect the dots. There are all the dots there, you know. That little game connecting the dots to make the giraffe on the white sheet of paper, or the elephant, to connect the dots in life. Connect the dots of family history, of our people's history, of the purpose of life and the little pieces of life that contribute to the whole purpose of life. The victories and the defeats, the trials and the successes, the failures and the persevering hard work. And so much more. I think this is good for today. And in that sense, then, we are not only ones who are receiving consolation, but we can also, as Easter gift, be bearers of consolation, be messengers of peace, of reconciliation with reality that isn't matching our expectations, so that we can discover the hand of providence in all the big wide world and our own life in all its dimensions and extensions and promise. People, God bless you. See you later, alligators. Oh, by the way, we have a lot of visitors these days. A lot of visitors. We were asked to host a bunch of bishops and lay people from different countries, especially from Africa and from India. Just marvelous conversation. Something very funny happened. Yesterday a bishop came up to me and he said, "Are you Father Kelly?" And I said, "Guilty." And he said, "Wow," he said, 30 years ago I was a student in Brussels and I joined a trip that you had for young people to Rome for Holy Week." So that was quite a surprise, and now he's a bishop in India. Amazing. The threads of life, the dots of life, how they get joined up. Imagine what heaven is going to be like when they all get revealed to us. Even our little stroll and chat connections. See you later, alligators, people.